Have you ever experienced a day when every heartbeat, every breath, every moment seems to whisper that something monumental is about to unfold? I woke up with my heart pounding, and a feeling that today might be the day that turns everything on its head. It began like any other day, uneventful and ordinary, with nothing to hint at the extraordinary twist waiting in the shadows. Yet even in that quiet beginning, there was an undercurrent of anticipation, like the soft murmur of a secret that only the universe could know. I spent the morning wrapped in a cloud of nervous energy. My hands moved with a slight tremble, and while I tried to anchor myself in my daily routine, an odd buzzing from my phone jangled through the silence. At first I brushed it off as the usual notifications, but soon a reminder became clear, a message that there was something far more significant stirring behind the screen. I kept asking myself, is this really happening today, or am I just dreaming? That question lingered in each of those quiet seconds. As the day trudged forward, friends began appearing, with curious glints in their eyes, and inquisitive questions that felt almost too pointed. They asked, "Where are you right now? And what time are you leaving?" Their voices were laced with a playful urgency that I quickly dismissed as harmless banter. Yet each question piled on another layer to my confusion, and I couldn't shake the sense that these seemingly trivial interactions were not random at all. Unbeknownst to me, every little buzz, every fleeting smile, and every hushed exchange was a piece of a puzzle intricately designed to lead me somewhere that would change my life forever. Then it happened. A message appeared on my phone that cut through my anxiety like a bolt of lightning. The message read, "Don't be late. This is the most important moment of your life." In that instant, the ordinary collided with the extraordinary. My heart skipped a beat. I froze in place, caught in a moment of disbelief, where excitement and apprehension fought for control over my racing thoughts. The text was both a warning and a promise, a herald of something amazing that was about to burst onto the stage of my life. I could feel my pulse accelerate, each beat echoing the possibility that today was not just any day. I stepped out into the world, with cautious eyes, scanning every corner for clues, trying to decipher the hidden signs that had suddenly scattered across my path. As I moved, I couldn't help but notice that even the smallest details seemed charged with significance. A fleeting glance from a stranger, a soft smile on a friend's face, a brush of the wind that carried an unspoken secret. There was a magnetic pull, drawing me forward, even as uncertainty and trepidation nibbled at the edges of my excitement. Every moment was tinged with the expectation of the unknown, a promise that something profound awaited me just around the bend. The journey from ordinary moments to the superseding climax of my day felt almost cinematic. I arrived at a location that, in any other context, would have seemed perfectly mundane, but that day, it held a mysterious charm. The room was arranged with a subtle precision that belied its everyday appearance. Dimmed lights created long shadows that danced along the walls. There was a quiet intensity in the air, as if every object in that space was imbued with its own secret story. In the corner of the room, almost hidden beneath a bouquet of roses, I spotted a small velvet box. It was unassuming yet impossible to ignore. My heart pounded as I took a hesitant step closer, wondering if this was the hint I was meant to see. At that moment, a gentle yet firm touch on my shoulder sent a spark of recognition cascading through me. I turned, half expecting an explanation, half bracing for the unknown. There, standing with eyes shining with a mixture of excitement and nervousness, was someone who would soon alter the course of my life. Their hand trembled slightly, an echo of my own racing pulse, as they led me toward the center of the room. With every step, the surrounding sound seemed to fade into a distant hum, replaced by the rising tide of emotions that now swelled within me. I became acutely aware of the shifting ambience. The room's lights were gradually dimming further, and the melody that had been playing softly transformed into something gentler, more resonant. It was as if a hidden symphony had begun, orchestrating the perfect backdrop for what was about to happen. Then the moment of revelation arrived. In a deliberate, heart-stopping pause, the person who had guided me closed the distance between us. I watched, spellbound, as they reached out and slowly opened the small velvet box. Inside it was a ring, radiant, intimate, and steeped in personal meaning. But this was no ordinary ring. It was emblematic of a promise, a commitment forged through countless shared moments and whispered dreams. As I beheld it, every doubt and every moment of uncertainty dissolved into a single breathtaking flash of clarity. In that instant, the countless hints, the lingering questions, and the subtle signs coalesced into one undeniable truth. My life was being transformed in ways I had never imagined. My emotions surged into an overwhelming blend of shock, delight, and deep, unspoken meaning. In the silence that fell after the box was opened, time seemed to slow down wildly, stretching every second into a reel of memories and emotion. I recalled the moments of loneliness, the times of self-doubt, and all the hidden prayers whispered into the dark nights when I thought no one was listening. Each of those moments now had a place, converging into this singular, life-changing event. Tears welled up, and I felt an emotional flood that was both raw and liberating. Every element of the plan, the unintentional clues, the secret smiles, the calculated hints, had led me to embrace a truth that had been a quiet siren throughout my life. That love, unpredictable and transformative, can emerge in the most unexpected ways. Just when I began to collect my thoughts and accept the unfolding reality, the narrative took yet another breathtaking twist. As if the unceasing surprises were not enough, a well-placed audible murmur of applause and soft laughter started echoing around me. I caught sight of someone stepping forward from the crowd holding a small envelope. It felt as if the universe had saved one final shock for the climax of this extraordinary day. With trembling fingers I accepted the envelope, and as I opened it, was met with a brief but powerful message. The words inside were simple, yet they resonated with deep personal significance. A message that confirmed this engagement was not an accidental moment, but a carefully crafted turning point in my life. In that moment, the room held its breath. I was surrounded by cheering smiles and gentle claps, each sound like a heartbeat affirming that I was exactly where I was meant to be. It was not just the physical act of receiving a ring, it was the culmination of an intricate tapestry woven through time, comprised of every emotion, every secret wish, and every hesitant yet hopeful step I had taken. The air was electric, carrying the weight of a promise and the lightness of newfound freedom. It felt as though every element of that day had been leading to a celebration of life, a celebration that transcended the mere formality of an engagement, and embraced the entirety of my personal journey. Before long, the initial shock gave way to a profound and reflective joy. I began to see that this unexpected proposal was a testament to the unpredictable nature of love, how it can strike when least expected, how it nurtures our deepest insecurities, and how it builds bridges over the gaps of doubt. In that instant I was not merely accepting a ring, or a formal question. I was accepting a future filled with shared hope, and the promise of everlasting companionship. The emotions washed over me, fierce and unyielding, and I realized that every moment of anxiety and every glimmer of suspicion was worth enduring for this singular, transformative truth. I found myself enveloped in an incomparable clarity. Every step I had taken on that ordinary day was now illuminated by the brilliance of wonder and love. I smiled through tears of happiness, as I understood that the day's series of mysterious clues had been the universe's way of guiding me to this ultimate, unforgettable moment. The realization was profound. Life's most extraordinary transformations often arrive quietly, a whisper in the background of our most mundane routines, only to burst forth like an unexpected sunrise, painting our world in shades of hope and joy. As the room's energy settled into a soft and celebratory hum, I stood there grappling with the magnitude of what had just transpired. I absorbed each detail, the loving gazes, the tender smiles, the way even the faintest whispers carried an echo of destiny. That single pause, that eternal moment of silence, before life resumed its steady rhythm, was an affirmation of every secret desire that I had ever harbored. It was a moment that bridged all the solitary evenings and silent prayers, with the radiant promise of tomorrow. Standing on the precipice of a new chapter, I realized now that this engagement was not just a stepping stone, but a monumental leap towards a life filled with promise, excitement, and the enchanting unpredictability of love. In closing, as I recall that unforgettable day, I see it as a vivid tapestry of moments woven together by fate. The subtle hint of a buzz, the secret smiles, and the carefully orchestrated ambiance all converged to usher in a future that felt both mystically destined and warmly human. I learned that sometimes we must surrender to the unfolding of life's mysteries and embrace the beauty hidden within the unknown. Today I stand as a testament to that discovery, forever grateful for the way a seemingly ordinary day was transformed into the most extraordinary chapter of my life. Remember this: every ordinary day may hide an extraordinary secret. Embrace every clue and trust your heart. Dare to say yes to forever.